Part 19 of reading every X-Men comic ever, and we delve back into the insane life of Allison Blair, aka the Dazzler. We pick back up with Dazzler getting arrested for the murder of Claw, which is fair if that did happen, and while awaiting trial, she gets jumped in prison before being found not guilty. After that, Allison moves on with her life and heads to California for a music gig and assists in stopping a mob's assassination attempt. He then gets fully dragged into the mess and fights a brainwashed She-Hulk. Continuing up the west coast, Dazzler and crew head to San Francisco for another gig, where Allison hires Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, to investigate her mother's disappearance. Daz does some investigating of her own, and both women end up in the same death trap building that turns out to be an old S.H.I.E.L.D. facility. Dazzler then gets fired from her gig after her Seattle show for being too good at her job, and Enchantress decides now is the time for some petty revenge. She kidnaps Allison off a plane and tortures her until the Asgardian criminal justice system intervenes and calls for a trial by combat that turns into Asgardian Idol, where Daz wins fairest songstress in Asgard and Midgard. Queen shit. Angel then stalks Dazzler once she's back home in New York, so she will go out with him even though she already has a new boyfriend. Daz falls for it for some reason, but then Doc Ock appears and Angel puts her in danger, so she gets rid of him. Carl Creel, the Absorber Man, then shows up at one of Dazzler's music gigs, looking to use her to get back at the Avengers. He turns him into a 15-foot guy made of light, and after literally overpowering the guy, she goes on the hunt for anyone to help, and gets in contact with the Inhumans after breaking into the Baxter building. Black Bolt joins her, and together they create the biggest flashbang known to man. The story then gets kind of personal, as Allison's father, aka the Daddler, has broken down mentally under the weight of his own sins, so Angel, who is unfortunately still around, goes looking for Allison. The family drama comes to a head and gets kind of dark, as the Daddler tells Allison about her mother and why she left. You see, he didn't approve of her job as a jazz singer, and that led her to drink and drugs and cheat on him until she left him. Afterwards, Daz gets a charity gig for Carnegie Hall, but after some interactions with a couple of sleazebags and a talk with her father, she almost quits. Learning that her mom, aka the Momler, is in the audience, rallies her spirit and the Dazzler lives once more, and she gets to meet her mother finally. The family stuff mostly resolved, Dazzler and the band record a demo, then both Allie and Warren get attacked by the Sisterhood of Evil Mutants. Dazzler then tries to go about her day-to-day, but keeps getting trapped in fires. Thinking it's the trio of mutant bitches from the last time, she hires Luke Cage and Danny Rand to investigate. Turns out it's just some shitto named Flame, who was hired by her landlord so he could commit insurance fraud. Rogue then lives up to her name and goes rogue because she's convinced that Dazzler is the key to finding Angel and the X-Men. She is wrong, so she leaves. This series has been consistent with its quality so far, sitting at a 6 out of 10 for a majority of these issues. In this match, the only 5 out of 10 is issue 18, and the only two 7 out of 10s are issues 14 and 21.